All right, good afternoon to you all. Thanks for joining this awards banquet from the College of Engineering. Before I proceed with the introductions, I have a small video to share with you all, this being the Engineers Week, this being the Engineers Day. So, such that if you could share your video, that would be great. Well, that's probably about the entertainment piece that we could give you this evening. I wish we could all be in person to, exchange stories. And if you recall, last year we had it at an off-campus site 2 years back at La Posta. So this is an event that we look forward to every year from the College of Engineering. My name is Lakshmi Reddy, and I'm the Dean of the college. And we have some outstanding guests here that I would like to introduce to you shortly. But just so you know what to expect, we have about an hour or so of wonderful stories of accomplishment from our faculty members and staff. So I want to acknowledge donors for the awards that we are going to give. We have at least 3 different sets of awards I'm going to get to shortly. And a number of people contributed to those awards. So I want to thank all of them. And I want to thank our Engineering Advisory Board members who had met here about 2 hours this afternoon. So I want to thank them for taking time off their busy schedules, which they do every fall and every spring. And some of them are the donors for the awards that you will see our faculty and staff receive this afternoon. So before I introduce our chief guest here, let me also let you know, although you don't see all of us, I'm joined by our associate deans for the college, Associate Dean Antonio Garcia, who is our Associate Dean of Academics, Associate Dean Hangmei Lo, who is our Associate Dean of Research, Dr. Gabe Garcia, who is our Associate Dean for Student Success and Experiential Learning, and also Director of Engineering Technology Programs and Aggie Innovation Space, and Associate Dean Dr. Patricia Sullivan, who is our Associate Dean for Outreach and Recruitment. And I'm also joined by our college department heads leadership team, and in no particular order, Dr. Hansuk Son, who is the department head for industrial engineering, Dr. David Rockstar, who is the department head for chemical and materials engineering, and Dr. Fangjun Shu must be representing Jay Frankel, and Jay Frankel is also there as the department head, and Dr. David Hauregi, who is the department head for civil engineering, and Dr. Stephen Stohai, who is the department head for the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. And let me also introduce the award committee members who are there in the audience. These awards are, they go by nominations. People nominated faculty and staff for these awards. And in many cases, when the nomination occurred, the nominees did not know that they were nominated. And a college-wide committee consisting of faculty and staff members gather together and make recommendations to me on their choices for the various categories. Now, this year, the committee members are Gabi Cisneros from the Office of Engineering Research, Carol Dyer, admin assistant from the Department of Chemical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Tony Garcia, who's our associate dean I introduced to you, Dr. Gabe Garcia, who's our Associate Dean for Student Success, I introduced, and Tony McClary, who is our coordinator for learning communities, and Dr. Ed Pines, who is our faculty member in industrial engineering, who also served as the department head for industrial engineering. As I mentioned before, we have 3 classes of awards. One of them named after our dean, previous dean, Frank Brehmalo. Another class named after Foreman, they're called Foreman Awards. And the third class were created about 3 or 4 years back when a group of donors and I met in a cafeteria, actually. And then we were really debating what is it that we value most. And we came up with the word synergy. We said that synergy represents the value that we want to promote in the college. And what that really means is trying to bring a number of skills together to make a whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. That's actually a dictionary meaning of the word synergy. So you will find out that the Synergy Awards go in the categories of teaching, research, and service, which really means that that particular person really has demonstrated a combination of the skills to create something much bigger than those of us who are particularly strong in one area contribute. And you will see that when we read the stories of these awardees tonight. And the class of awards named after Dean Frank Brehmalo this year had some tough time. They have gone back to the drawing table because we found the staff members who are getting those awards are particularly strong. And we have gone ahead and gave multiple Brehmalo Awards this year. And the other class of awards at Foreman Awards, the Foreman is not here today, but he did send us a message which we will read to you. I want you all to know that we do have cash awards for these. Each awardee will get $1,000. And like they say, the check is in the mail for sure, unless you have already got it in your paycheck. And they also have plaques, which we will get them to you. And you will also see a PowerPoint presentation, so you know who this person is, but we are expecting a rather large audience, so we're going to go ahead with a PowerPoint presentation and a narrative on each of the awardees. Again, we are very proud, and I'm very proud as the Dean of the College of Engineering to really see that our group of people during a year when it's very difficult to make paradigm shifts in all areas, instruction, research, all of that, and we don't know whether we'll be working from the office or we'll be working from home, kind of uncertainties. In this age of uncertainties, our faculty members collectively expanded our research endeavor. We have 2 years in a row increased it by about 50% of our research new awards. And the credit goes to all of you. In a sense, all of you ought to be congratulated, not just the awardees. And when every other college of engineering is losing students by hundreds, we have not lost hundreds at all. In fact, we have decreased by about 36. That's what I was reporting. And we increased the student credit hours. And in fact, we increased the freshman enrollment. It's just that during this year, students struggled and we had some dropouts. So that is where those numbers come from. So all of that credit goes to our faculty and staff who put countless number of hours behind the scenes to make sure our students are successful. So without taking any more time, we have a special guest here, a number of guests here. I'm going to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Dan Arvizu. And in fact, we thought that that would be a very fitting guest to introduce to this ceremony because he's our story about success of NMSU College of Engineering, because he was our own student, NMSU Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, who moved on with an exemplary career and now is serving as the chancellor for the NMSU College of Engineering. He does not need any introduction. Instead, I would rather give him more time to address you all and perhaps relate his time and perhaps say something about NMSU campus as it stands now. So with all that, Dan, we are honored that you could make your time to be here today.
Great, Chief. Thank you, Dean Reddy and colleagues. I always look forward to this opportunity to address our colleagues in the engineering college because obviously it's home to me. I'm so fond of being able to say I'm an NMSU alum and graduate of the Engineering College of New Mexico State University, because it has prepared me exceptionally well for what I was able to go through in my professional career, and now gives me the opportunity to really understand more about what's going on here at the university. So let me just start by first of all saying congratulations to all the award winners. This is a stellar group. Dean Reddy has just announced, essentially offered the presentation that we are doing well in the engineering college here at New Mexico State University, despite some very, very difficult headwinds that I think all the institutions in higher learning are having to face these days with the new environment that we're in, very dynamic. But it doesn't take away from, I think, that both the competence and the accomplishments that people are continuing to be able to do, even in these very challenging environments. So research awards being up, I think is extremely a good sign that New Mexico State is in good hands, that we continue to make progress along very, very important lines that I think will serve us well for far into the future. So anyway, I think the state of the College of Engineering is good despite the conditions that we're facing. And I love the idea that these awards, named for Dean Frank Brehmalo, Ed Foreman, and obviously the Synergy Awards are an integral part of us being able to recognize, accomplishments and the competencies, the capabilities, and the successes of many of our members of our engineering profession. What I do always like to point out is there is no greater honor than to be recognized by your peers. So that part of this is always heartwarming to me, to know that among our professional, evaluations and criteria, these people stand out. And so that's very, very worthy of our recognition and honor. I've always been a great advocate for the engineering profession. The thing I like about engineering, one of the things that we all talk about is, what's the difference between a scientist and an engineer? And the work of engineer really forms the link between scientific discovery and the subsequent application to human needs and otherwise business needs, and really quality of life improvements. So it's really not just the theoretical head learning that we learn in some of the scientific discovery types of curricula that we follow, but being able to take those and apply those in a way that provides great value and impact to the humankind and the human condition. So that's always been inspirational to me. And I've been, again, a big fan of all things engineering because the profession is so important in the way in which, again, we conduct our lives, and it will continue to be more important as we go forward, as the complexities of life get more difficult and more challenging. The thing that I've learned about the profession is it's one thing to have all of the technical competencies that are important and available, but it also requires, the engineering profession just in general requires that we have not just original thoughts and judgments but to be able to apply those in new and innovative, creative sort of ways. So it's always about critical thinking. And so I love that idea about the scientific method and the critical thinking skills that are required, but not to be left behind. are things that are, I'm going to call them the softer skills: communication and collaboration, and the ability to really think across disciplines. I think what I have found is as the profession has evolved, and as we as professionals have focused on how do we apply our profession, I find that the importance of those softer skills is quite valuable, and it really speaks to what we are good at NMSU, and that's diversity and the broad synthesis of thought, and done in a way that's much more collaborative and inclusive, and otherwise I think really serves well for the mission objectives that we've set out for ourselves, which is to help those who are less who are disadvantaged and less capable of providing those tools on their own, and we give them the help and the support to do that. So social mobility being a big important part of what we do, and we train these folks, and then they end up making huge impacts in humankind. So I won't get into that in any kind of great detail, but I do really very much I think appreciate what the engineering profession does for us as a whole, and I'm extremely proud of what's happening here at New Mexico State University, because we have, again, I think a stellar group of people. It started back, and I remember, in the days of when I was a student, I took classes from Dean Frank Brehmalo, and it was always an inspiration to me. I remember him with great reverence, because of he was the dean, and that was kind of a big deal for us as freshman students back in the early days. Now that we have this opportunity to honor his legacy, and to really recognize the best and the highest quality that we have in our colleges and in our institution, I think is refreshing and rewarding to me personally, because I feel like I've lived part of that legacy that Dean Brehmalo has left behind. So I will just again close by saying I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today and to kind of observe and celebrate with all of you the recognition that you're about to get, you award winners. You are our best, our brightest. You are the catalyst for the kind of change and impact that NMSU can have for the future. And my hat off to you. I am humbled and appreciative to get a chance to be part of this ceremony, because what it tells me is that the engineering and the college profession at New Mexico State is alive and well. I'll stop there, Dean Reddy, and turn it back to you, because I know we've got people to recognize, and just thank you for letting me say a few words, and just know that we're extremely proud of all of the recipients today, and frankly, all of our colleagues across the entire College of Engineering, because I think you all serve us extremely proud. Thank you.
Super. Thank you, Chancellor, for that address. And we're also joined by our Vice Chair of the Advisory Board, Jack Davis, and we are extremely honored to be joined also by Mary Howard, daughter of Dean Frank Brehmalo, who will be presenting Brehmalo awardees. So I know there are still some people who are struggling to join the webinar, so I hope they'll be able to, and these are all the challenges that we always face, but I hope everybody could join, particularly the awardees and their families. So let me begin with the first class of awards. These are in no particular order. The Synergy Awards, and such that if you could start the PowerPoint so we know the people that we are recognizing here. The first one is the Faculty Leadership Award, and that award goes to Dr. Ahmed Eleksher, who is Associate Professor in the Department of Engineering Technology and Surveying Engineering. What I'm going to do after announcing these awardees, I'm going to read a little bit directly from what the nominators said about the awardees. Dr. Ahmed Eleksher has shown his excellence in leadership through teaching, research, and service. He is able to bring people together and get things done with a shared vision and goals. He models the way and has demonstrated excellent quality and skills in leadership. That's what the nominator said, but I'm going to add some more to it. Because of Dr. Ahmed, the lecture, a program which was actually eliminated and got resurrected as geomatics program is now enjoying a very good enrollment, and it enjoyed the national level awards, and it has passed ABET accreditation in flying colors without any conditions at all. So he brought tremendous leadership to that program and exemplified what a faculty member could do to an entire program. With that, congratulations, Dr. Alexia. Thank you for all you do at the College of Engineering. The next Synergy Award goes to One College Faculty Award. What we mean by one college is this particular awardee demonstrates skills and services beyond his or her particular unit and extends them to the whole college, to the whole unit. He helps where help is needed without being restrained by the barriers in the name of the unit. So this year, this award goes to Eduardo Gamillo, Assistant Professor, Engineering, Technology, and Surveying Engineering. Eduardo has been helping students and colleagues selflessly in his daily life. People naturally feel close to him because of his wonderful characteristics. For example, people from various departments may call on him to fix their office equipment or fix their car problems. He is a one college person who creates a family-like atmosphere around him. That is the excerpt directly from the nominator who nominated Mr. Eduardo Gamillo. This is the kind of story that we hear from a number of people in the college. And in a faculty survey that we did about 2 years back, the collegiality and faculty helping each other is rated as a value that all our constituents value the most. So thank you and congratulations to you, Eduardo, for this award. The next award goes to the Leadership Award in the category of staff. And in that category, the awardee this year is Dr. Poonam Thakur, who is the Research and Laboratory Affairs Officer, Carlsbad Environment Monitoring and Research Center. The nominator said this about Dr. Poonam Thakur. The College of Engineering and CMERC, which is the short acronym for Carlsbad Environmental Monitoring and Research Center, take pride in having an extraordinary staff researcher such as Dr. Poonam Thakur. We believe Dr. Thakur's scientific achievements, national and international research reputation, impact on the radiochemistry discipline, and student engagement in research are deserving of our college's Staff Leadership Award. Let me add my note to that text from the nominator. Dr. Poonam Thakur is recently appointed as the director for CMERC, and in that role, she's not only doing research, but she is handling a very important and complicated kind of management of the laboratory that we have, that we are very proud of in CMERC. And as dictated by the sponsors of that laboratory, Dr. Thakur is now expanding the research relationships with faculty in the College of Engineering at NMSU, and that's going to continue at a rapid speed in the next couple of years. Congratulations on this award, Dr. Poonam Thakur. Thank you for all you do at CMERC. And the Synergy in Teaching Research Service Award recognizes a faculty member who shows that teaching research service are not mutually exclusive. They are, in fact, connected. In fact, we learn in all those three things. So when we do teach, we challenge the students to higher levels of learning. So when the faculty members do research, they really learn. When somebody does service, they learn how to do that component better tomorrow. When our admins, our staff do their work, they learn how to do things better. So in the College of Engineering at NMSU, we emphasize the fact that we're all learners. So the expert researcher and a freshman share the same platform of learning. And that is the attitude of scholarship we bring. So this Synergy Award exemplifies a faculty member who demonstrates that particular feature of synergy. This year, it's not surprising that the award has gone to Dr. Laura Boucheron Spence, Associate Professor in the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Her nominator said this about Dr. Boucheron. Dr. Boucheron receives the highest teaching evaluations in the electrical computer engineering department, even while teaching the department's most challenging classes. Dr. Boucheron exceeded the $200K in expenditures mark for the last 4 years. Dr. Boucheron has an exceptionally strong record of outreach and service. It is rare to find a faculty member with the dedication Dr. Boucheron has to the students, to the department, and to the university. Thank you so much for all you do, and congratulations, Laura. And last Synergy Award goes to, and we call this One College Staff Award. What that means is this is a staff member who is not confined to his or her specific unit in the college. This staff member goes outside the unit and helps the college, brings about an awareness that the administrative activities need all of us to leverage our skills. So this year, again, it's not a surprise that the award goes to Vladimir Avina, Associate Communication Specialist in the College of Engineering. This is what was said by his nominator. Vladimir is truly one of the most talented and creative people I have had the pleasure to work with. He actively seeks opportunities to promote the college and pursues stories and media opportunities throughout the college. His help is in high demand and is sought by many people and departments in the college. His work is the face of the college. That's a very strong nomination. And I want to add something to that because I have recently come across similar specialists from other units who are wondering how come we are receiving most number of hits on the campus for our Twitter and for a couple of our ventures like learning communities and other activities, Ron Leadership Institute blogs, and Eloy Torres Learning Community Stories. So Vladimir is the one who makes it happen. We're okay if he shares, but we did not encourage him to share our secrets. But seriously, he does help quite a few units outside the college as well. Congratulations to you, Vladimir. This is a very fitting award. And last year, we created a new award because a couple of faculty members thought it's a good idea to recognize and the mentor among our senior faculty members, and to really recognize the need for mentoring and to bring about an awareness that we all need mentors. This is a very strong nomination coming from a faculty member. The award this year goes to Dr. Stephen Stohai, who is our interim department head for the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Let me read this rather strong nomination for this award from a fellow faculty member in a different department, not his department. Dr. Stohai's influence on me was only through his actions, and he never had to say what he was doing. I'm still implementing in my classes with my students and in my research everything that I learned from him, being patient and listening to others, careful nurturing of students, generating positive motivation, and targeted proposal writing. I feel very fortunate to find him as my mentor, and with his influence, I hope to pay his help forward by helping the new faculty members of the department. Personally, I'm touched by that last sentence, because in that last sentence, there is a recognition that all of us need mentors, and once received that mentoring help, we owe it to people to return that mentoring help to others who need it. Because every true leader recognizes that he or she needs mentoring and that he or she has the responsibility to provide mentoring. So congratulations, Steve. We're not at all surprised that the committee picked you for this award. That completes our Synergy Awards. Again, under normal situations, we have donors coming and shaking hands with you. But this year we have to do this, and I assure you next year we will provide double dinners at this awards banquet. I now want to introduce Dr. Tony Garcia, our Associate Dean of Academics, to present Foreman Awards. Tony?
Thank you, Dean Reddy. This is a great honor, and it's a privilege to be able to present these two Foreman Awards, one for faculty, one for staff. And I guess I'm also have the advantage here of being able to read a message from Ed Foreman, but just to give you a little bit of background, the Foreman Awards, for those of you who haven't heard about this before, it's really about achieving excellence through the adoption of a positive attitude. That really sums up what the Foreman Awards are all about. And so if I may read the message from Ed Foreman, and he wrote, heartfelt congratulations to those being recognized for outstanding leadership, service, and performance. All of you are to be commended for good work and excellent results. When I say all, that includes everyone on our exemplary team. You serve, in fact, lead like the true dedicated winners you're proven to be. Thank you for your enthusiastic, positive leadership example and the results you have attained and helped others to attain. You are truly special, loved, and appreciated. Stay happy, positive, and terrific. So, and I would say, if I may, Dean Reddy, that in these difficult times, I would say this is probably worthy of a double award, certainly to keep positive and also to keep excellence in the past year. So the faculty, Foreman Faculty Excellence Award goes to Dr. Fangjun Xu. There's his picture, great. Associate Professor, Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. And the nominator, I'll read a quote from the nominator. Dr. Xu is one of the most open, friendly, enthusiastic, and inclusive colleagues I have ever worked with. Dr. Xu has always been a facilitator through his positive attitude and social skills. Through his friendly and open character and enthusiasm, he manages to inspire the next generation of engineers. And I may say that I think that encapsulates Dr. Xu really well. And he's also tirelessly working with students and also advocating for them. So it's a wonderful tribute to the work that he's done, and congratulations for winning the Foreman Faculty Excellence Award. And so our Staff Excellence Award, Foreman Staff Excellence Award, goes to Linda Schauer, and she's the Grants and Contracts Administrator for the Office of Engineering Research. So the nominator wrote, Linda has been working in our college for more than 35 years. It is a pleasure to work with Linda. She has a positively great attitude and is a happy and loyal college team member. She excels in what she does. The college is very fortunate to have an organized, focused, knowledgeable, and hard worker like Linda. And certainly we've seen some great success in the past couple of years in research, and I think Linda and the rest of the team are a really important component to our ability to do that. And so it's a great to be able to honor her and these are two great award winners in my estimation over this very trying year, Dean Reddy. So I turn it over back to you.
Great, thank you, Tony, and congratulations, Frank, June, and Linda. Now is the time for the second group of awards, or third group of awards. These are the Brehmalo Awards, named after Dean Frank Brehmalo. They honor the dean and the faculty and staff who uphold his high standards in engineering education. And let me read a little bit about Dean Brehmalo. Dean Brehmalo came to NMSU in 1951, as professor and head of civil engineering. Became dean of the College of Engineering in 1961, and director of engineering experiment station there. Established the engineering technology and industrial engineering departments during his tenure as dean. He served until he passed away in 1974. So now I ask, we're very fortunate to have Dean Brehmalo's daughter, Miss Mary Howard, to come forward and introduce Brehmalo Award recipients. Mary?
Good afternoon. Thank you for including me, Dean Reddy. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today. This is my first webinar meeting. This is an annual event and it brings back very fond memories of my father. And it was nice to talk to Chancellor Arvizo about him a few minutes ago. My father died unexpectedly. He was only 58 years old and he was on a trip to an American Association of Engineering Educators meeting in Syracuse, New York, when he passed away. So it was a shock to the family. So we wanted to honor his legacy and we decided to establish a memorial. And we began with an endowed scholarship for the president of the Engineers Council. My brother Neil was previously a president of the council and he witnessed firsthand how much hard work went into that and how time consuming that work was. And that oftentimes a student couldn't have another part-time job if he was engineers council. So we wanted to have some financial support for that position. It's a job that requires a lot of time and also the ability to work with other people. We liked this position because it represents democracy. The person who is the president of the council is elected to that position by their peers, and that had a special appeal to us also. This year, the award goes to Rachel Beal. She will finish her degree in mechanical engineering in March of 2022. And I'd like to congratulate her and hope that she is able to use the money wisely. The Brehmalo staff and faculty were established through the efforts of Naren Ganaji and Jack Clark, who are both faculty members in the Department of Civil Engineering. They started this award and they received some funding from the New Mexico State Legislature to fund it. These awards recognize outstanding work in research, teaching, technology, and administration. And the faculty award, 1 year it goes to research and the next year goes to someone who's an outstanding teacher. So on behalf of my sister Margaret and my brother Neil, we congratulate Clara Wells on receiving the Brehmalo Staff Excellence Award. I'll read a little bit to you about her. Ms. Wells truly exemplifies the philosophy of the Brehmalo Staff Award through her ability to effectively engage faculty, staff, students, alums, and community partners in various engineering activities. Her tireless efforts on behalf of students are immense. She takes on every project with professionalism, enthusiasm, and is a great champion for the college. And then I also have one of Ed Foreman's awards here for Madison Burns. She's a program manager in the College of Engineering, so I hope I'm not stepping on Ed's toes by reading this about Madison. Madison personifies the very essence of the Foreman Staff Excellence Award and her ability to truly make a difference. While COVID-19 brought challenges to people across the globe, Maddie was one that stepped forward to find innovative ways to stay engaged with her stakeholders. This year, the Brehmalo Faculty Award is for research, and it goes to Dr. Dehan Negri. He's an assistant professor in civil engineering. Dr. Dayan Nigri selection for this award will recognize the impressive research and leadership contributions he's made to the College of Engineering. Fall directly in line with the college's initiative towards advanced manufacturing technologies and the evaluation of aging infrastructures. I'd like to add something. These are some words that if my mother was still with us, she would pull aside Dr. Neary, and she would pull aside Clara Wells, and she would say them in her own special way. Do not spend this money on a new refrigerator or new tires for your car or repairs for the roof or orthodontia for your children. She would want you to take the money and encourage you to purchase something special for yourself. And in the past, I know one of the recipients bought a strand of pearls when she received the award. And that would be a way for you to remember that you've received this award, and you would always have that keepsake for yourself. On behalf of my family, I offer my congratulations to all of the recipients and wish you the best of luck. And for Rachel, be sure to include that you are president of the council on your resume. I think that in the world, they're looking for engineers that are good communicators and have good people skills, Rachel. And I think this award will let people know that you have that ability. So thank you again, Dean Reddy.
Well, thank you, Mary, and thank you for those words of advice. I want to congratulate too Clara Wells, Madison Burns, and Dr. Ihsan Neary for this group of awards. And I want to add a couple of more things on our e-council president, Rachel Beal. She is majoring not only in mechanical engineering, but she is minoring in computer science, aerospace engineering, and theater arts. So I want to make sure that we recognize engineers who really go outside engineering and claim expertise in other areas as well. She will graduate May 2022, and her family has been going to NMSU for 3 generations. She is proud to continue that great tradition. She's currently a tutor at the Eloy Torres Family Engineering Learning Communities. And in her words, I'm passionate about supporting students through every challenge they may face. And as the council president, I have had the opportunity to do that the greatest extent possible, especially in these difficult times. Thank you and congratulations, Rachel. Thanks for your help with the Torres learning communities. If I may add a line or two to both Clara Wells and Mary Burns, they provide outstanding help and sometimes behind the scenes help with the outreach activities that go on in the College of Engineering. Clara takes care of a number of research outreach efforts, and Mary takes care of the entire college's recruitment needs and arranging countless number of workshops and seminars for the incoming classes of students. So congratulations, and thank you for all you do in the College of Engineering. At this event, we also recognize new professorship appointments in the college. As you may or may not know, NMSU Engineering has perhaps one of the largest per faculty number of endowed professorships or chairs. They're not big, but they are very, very valued by our faculty members. And we have about close to 24 to 25, and 26 is in the making. So we're very proud. And that also shows the generosity of our advisory boards, of our donors who have made contributions to those endowments. And every year we recognize the people who are joining or who are renewed their professorship. So we only recognize those new professorship appointments. We don't recognize all 24 or 25 of them. So this year we have 2 of them to recognize. One is Dr. Paola Bandini. She got the renewal of Wells Hatch Professorship. Dr. Bandini is the NMSU co-principal investigator for the National Science Foundation Center for biomediated and bio-inspired geotechnics, which was awarded in 2015 for $18.5 million. The center's research focused the use and emulation of biological processes in developing innovative and geotechnical methods and technologies. Congratulations, Paola. And the next professorship appointment is Dr. Fangjun Shu, a new one, DL and AG Chapman Endowed Professorship. Dr. Shu, who also received an award earlier, led the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering as interim department head for several years and now serves as associate department head. He is also teaching on a regular basis, advising graduate students, senior design project students, and actively carrying out research. He does a number of things in one package, and this professorship is very fitting, and he's receiving it for the first time. Congratulations, Dr. Fangjun Shu. Now I want to introduce Dr. Hongmei Liu, who is our Associate Dean of Research, to announce the top new grant recipients in the college. Every year, we made it a point to recognize the new recipients. Since the list is rather large, we have chosen to recognize a subsample of them, but this is by no means exhaustive. In fact, all our research faculty need to be congratulated because last year we have increased, as I said, our new research awards by over 50%. So it's not due to just these few new grant recipients you're going to hear from Dr. Hongmei Liu, but it is actually due to all the collective efforts that have gone in. And some of them are still in the pipeline that are preventing us from announcing. Some of them we have received a word, but we are not given a formal notification. Those will be recognized again at the next event of this kind. So with that, Dr. Hongmei Liu, could you please announce this year's new grant recipients, please?
Thank you, Dean. Yes, we don't have time to recognize all grants. I appreciate this opportunity announcing large new grants during January 2020 to December 2020. We have 9 grants with single grant more than 200K, 4 from National Science Foundation, 3 from Los Alamos National Lab, 1 from Department of Energy, and 1 from Department of Defense. Let's go to the grant information. Dr. Abdul Kafi, a associate professor in mechanical and aerospace engineering, he received grant from Los Alamos National Lab with the title of environmental testing, research and development. Congratulations. Can we go to the next? Yeah, Dr. Badawi, assistant professor in electrical and computer engineering. He received grant from Los Alamos National Lab with $200,000, and the title is Performance Prediction Toolkit, CPU, and GPGPOS. Congratulations. I'll go to the next. Professor Dawood in electrical and computer engineering as well. He received grant from National Science Foundation with $3.7 million. And the topic is the 2 to 4 year pathway for successful transfer and retention of engineering students. This is a 5-year project. Thank you, congratulations. Let's go to the next. Yeah, it's Associate Dean Tony Garcia, also from National Science Foundation with $2.4 million for 4-year project. And the project title is Combining Andragogy and Pedagogy to Help First Generation Low-Income Students Succeed in Engineering. Thank you. Let's go to the next. Next is Dr. Krishna Kota, Associate Professor in Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. He and the team received the instrumentation grant from DoD Air Force Office of Scientific Research. The instrument is for creating new research and education opportunities at NMSU through metal additive manufacturing. The instrument cost $250,000. Thank you. Let's go to the next. Next grant is from Professor Igor Savantischer in mechanical and aerospace engineering. He received grant from National Science Foundation with more than $655,000. And the title is the CMMI Multi-Scale Modeling and Biomechanical Analysis of Cells. Thank you. Let's go to the next. Next is Professor Tang, Associate Professor in Electrical and Computer Engineering. And the grant is also from National Science Foundation with $400,000. The project title is Hardware-Friendly Machine Learning Integrated Circuits and System for Low Power Wearable Wireless Electrocardiogram Sensors. Thank you. Let's go to the next. Next, two grants are both from Dr. Pulang Thakur. She is a technical director in Carlsbad Environmental Monitoring in the Research Center, CMOC. One grant is from Los Alamos National Lab. The title is Perform Actinide Chemistry Research in Support of WIPP. WIPP is the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant. The grant is $345,000. The next is a grant from Department of Energy with $3 million. So that is the CMOC WIPP grant. Yeah, thank you all faculty to contribute research awards in College of Engineering. Now, let me turn back to Dr. Dean. Dean, ready? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Hongmei. Thank you. And congratulations to all the new award recipients, and congratulations to the new professorship holders, and congratulations to all the awardees. And that comes to an end of the program. But I want to assure you, those of you who are sort of disappointed that we are not at this wonderful Aposta, one of these facilities, having a wonderful dinner. So we will definitely make it up at the next meeting. And I think it's being recorded here. I slept a little earlier than I promised a double dinner. So we will fulfill promises in the College of Engineering. So we will definitely do it. And I want to also again thank the advisory board members who were here this afternoon. It is they who really provide stellar support to the College of Engineering in more ways than one. They ask the difficult questions. They provide us directions with these strategic directions for the college. So we are forever grateful to, they're all busy people, to them for the time they spent with us. And they did that this afternoon. And thank you, Mary, for taking time this afternoon. And this has become a wonderful tradition. We don't have Brehmalo lecture this semester, but we are trying to reschedule that, as I mentioned to you. And thanks, Jack, for representing the advisory board. And thank you, Chancellor, for spending time with us this afternoon. We really appreciate it, and we are honored. And that means a lot to all of us. Thank you. And thank you very much, and have a great evening and have a great weekend.